equity share application account data to equity share capital account. So what would be a narration? Being application money transferred to equity share capital account with the same amount, that is 4 lakh. Now suppose forfeited shares are reissued at premium. Other than that, all the entries will be same. Okay, so now this is a situation where your forfeited shares are reissued at premium. So how much amount you will transfer here? See, if you see your 8th entry, there is no forfeited shares account. So we have only one forfeited shares account, that is 10,500. So we'll transfer directly to where? Capital reserve. Hello everyone, I am Harshita, lecturer, Department of Commerce, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. My dear students, today I am going to discuss your 4th session on Unit 2, that is issue of shares, and this is for 2nd Sem B.B.A students of Mysuru University under the subject Financial Accounting and Reporting. So, in your previous sessions, we have already discussed few of the theoretical concepts and also we have learned few of the problems relating to issue of shares. In today's session also, we shall continue with a problem under different situation. So, in your previous session, we had solved a problem where the shares has been issued under application stage, allotment stage, first call, second and final call, and there was a problem where we had reissued the share. Before that, we had forfeited the share and we have reissued the share. In today's session, we are going to discuss a problem where issue of shares at premium. In the earlier session, we had solved a problem where the shares are issued at par and we had forfeiture as well as reissue. But in today's session, I am going to discuss where the shares are issued at premium, where we have forfeiture as well as reissue. Now go through the problem here. Sun India issued 20,000 equity shares of rupees 100 each at premium of rupees 10 each. So here the shares of 100 each is being issued at 110, which means that 10 rupees is premium. The amount payable as follows. So how the amount is payable? 20 on application, 50 on allotment, where it includes premium also, which means that 40 plus 10 rupees premium and 40 per share on first and final call. All the shares were subscribed and the money duly received except on first and final call on 1,000 shares. Now here, out of 20,000 shareholders, 1,000 shareholders have failed to pay first and final call money. The directors forfeited these shares. So forfeited means what? They have cancelled that 1,000 shares and again they reissued them as fully paid up at rupees 90 per share. So here the reissue is happening on discount where 100 rupees share is being reissued at rupees 90 each. So hope you are clear about the problem. Now we shall go through the solution. So we have 3 stages here. So under each stage we have to record 2 entries each. So 2 entries on application, 2 entries on allotment and 2 entries on first and final call. So your first entry will be on receiving of application money. So receive, and next entry is on transfer. So what is the entry for receiving of application money? So your entry will be bank account data to equity share application account. What is the number of shares? 20,000 and the application money is 20 rupees. So 20,000 into 20 and the narration will be being share application money received on 20,000 shares of rupees 20 each. So this amount will be 4 lakh. Next, your transfer entry, equity share application account data to equity share capital account. So what would be a narration? Being application money transferred to equity share capital account with the same amount, that is 4 lakh. So hope you are clear about these 2 entries. These 2 entries are on application stage. Now coming to your allotment. So allotment is done on premium where the shares are issued at premium. So we have 2 entries. One entry is for allotment money due and the next entry is for allotment money received. So while writing the allotment money due, so you have to include the premium also. So what would be your entry? Equity share allotment account data to equity share capital account to securities premium account. So the securities premium is extra here because we have issued the shares at premium. Now what is the amount? Amount is 50 rupees where this 50 includes what? 40 plus 10 rupees premium. So how do you record? So and the number of share is 20,000. So 20,000 into 50. So this will be 10 lakh. 2 equity share capital exclude the premium, 20,000 into 48 lakh. 2 securities premium account, 20,000 into 10, that is premium 2 lakh. So your narration will be being allotment money due on 20,000 shares including 10 rupees premium. So your narration can be in your own words. Next entry is for receiving of allotment money. Your entry will be bank account data to equity share allotment account. Narration being equity share allotment money received on 20,000 shares. Now whatever the amount you have transferred to equity share allotment account, the same amount you are receiving, that is including premium, that is 10 lakh. So hope you are clear about the allotment stage. Now come to first and final call. So coming to your first and final call, it is 40 per share. So this is the amount due. Now while receiving, 1,000 shareholders have not paid. So you have to be careful here. So you have to deduct 20,000 minus 1,000, which means that only 19,000 shareholders have paid their first and final call money. So first we shall record due entry, next receive entry. So what is due entry? Equity share first and final call account data to equity share capital account. 20,000 is the number of shares and the call money is 40 rupees. 20,000 into 40. So this will be 8 lakh. So your narration will be being allotment or being first and final call money due on 20,000 shares of rupees 40 each. Now coming to receiving of first and final call money, your entry is bank account data to equity share first and final call account. So how many shareholders have not paid first and final call money? 1,000 shareholders. So but what was the number of shares? 20,000 shares, out of which 1,000 shareholders have not paid. So it will be 19,000 into 40. Okay, so this is 7,60,000. We have received only from 19,000 shareholders. Okay, so your narration will be being first and final call money received on 19,000 shares. Okay, so your narration can be in your own words. So these are the stages. So we have recorded on application stage, allotment stage, first and final call. Now 1,000 shareholders who have not paid their first and final call money, we have to cancel those shares, which is called as what? Forfeiture. So your entry will be equity share capital account data to forfeited shares account. To which stage? On which stage we have not received? On first and final call account. So how do you write the amount? 1,000 shares we are going to cancel. So how much? What is the exact value of share? 100 rupees. Exclude the premium. So 1,000 into 100 we had to receive. Correct? So how much we have not received? So 40 rupees on first and final call we have not received. Suppose if you see your question here, on first and final call 40 rupees. So 40 rupees we have not received on 1,000 shares. So that will be transferred to share first and final call account. So 1,000 into 40 we have not received. So out of 100 rupees, 40 rupees we have not received, which means that 60 rupees we have received in application as well as allotment stage. So 1,000 into 60 will be transferred to where? To forfeited shares account. So 100 rupees we had to receive, out of which 60 rupees we have received, which will be transferred to forfeited shares account, and 40 rupees we have not received under first and final call, that will be transferred to equity share first and final call account. So here it will be 1 lakh and to forfeited shares account 60,000, to share first and final call account, that is 40,000. So your narration can be being 1,000 shares forfeited for not paying first and final call money of rupees 40 each. Okay, so that would be your narration. Now whatever 1,000 shareholders from whom we have not received, we have cancelled. That is forfeiture entry. Now again we are going to reissue that 1,000 shares. At what price? Let us see the question here. So we have reissued at rupees 90 rupees, which means that 100 rupees share we have reissued at rupees 90, which means that what? We are going to reissue at discount. So what is your entry when a reissue happens? So your entry will be bank account data, forfeited shares account data to share capital account. So 1000 into 90 we have reissued, that would be 90,000. Forfeited shares account, 10 rupees is discount. So 1000 into 10 which is transferred to forfeited shares account to share capital account. The whole value of share is 100 rupees. That is 1000 into 100, that will be 1 lakh. Now how do you write the amount? Being 1000 shares reissued at rupees 90 each. So hope you are clear about reissue. Now your last entry is for transferring your forfeited shares to capital reserve. So what is your entry? Forfeited shares account data to capital reserve account. Now how do you put the amount here? Now see your 7th and 8th entry. So in your forfeited shares account, what is the amount you have in your credit side? 60,000. Coming to your 8th entry, in your forfeited shares account, the amount in the debit side is 10,000. So 60,000 minus this 10,000, that will be transferred to capital reserve. That is 50,000. So 60,000 minus 10,000, 50,000 will be transferred to capital reserve. Your narration will be being forfeited shares transferred to capital reserve. So hope you are clear about the question. Just you have to remember all the 9 entries and you can immediately put the or post the amount in the respective entries. Okay, so hope you are clear about it. Now moving on to the next question. So this is a different kind of question here. Forfeited shares reissued at premium. Normally we have seen the problem where forfeited shares were reissued at discount. Now suppose forfeited shares are reissued at premium. Other than that, all the entries will be same. Okay. So now this is a situation where your forfeited shares are reissued at premium. Now, Arun Limited issued 15,000 shares of rupees 100 each at a premium of rupees 10 per share payable as follows. So, this 10 rupees, how they are going to pay? That is on application 30 per share, on allotment 50 per share including premium. So, this will be 40 plus 10. Next, on first and final call, it is 30. So, overall it will be 110. 40 plus 30, 70, 70 plus 30. So, 100 plus 10 premium. So, this will be 110. Okay. All the shares were subscribed and the company received all the money due with the exception of call money on 150 shares. Here 150 shareholders have not paid their first and final call money. These shares were forfeited and reissued to Ravi as fully paid up at rupees 120 each. Now, the exact value of share is 100, but they are going to reissue at 120, which means that the shares are reissued at premium. So, hope you are clear with the question. Now, we shall directly go through the entries. So, first entry is for what? Receiving of application money. So, your entry will be bank account data to equity share application account and the amount is, number of share is 15,000 into 30 rupees. 15,000 into 30 and the narration is being application money received on 15,000 shares of rupees 30 each. So, this will be 4,50,000. Now, second entry is transfer entry. So, you are going to transfer your equity share application to equity share capital. So, what is entry? Equity share application account data to equity share capital account. So, with the same amount 4,50,000 and the narration will be being application money transfer to equity share capital account. So, hope you are clear with this 2 entries. Now, moving on to the second stage, that is allotment stage, where you have to record entries 3 as well as 4. Now, if you see here, we are going to allot or the shares are issued at premium. Okay, so you have to record under allotment stage. So, first entry is for allotment money due and the next entry is for allotment money received. So, what is entry for allotment money due? Equity share allotment account data to equity share capital account, and since it is issued at premium, to securities premium account. So, what is the number of shares? 15,000. So, how do you write the amount? 15,000 into 50. Next is 15,000 into 40. Premium is 15,000 into 10. So, 15,000 into 50, 7,50,000. To share capital, 15,000 into 40, that is 6 lakh. And to securities premium account, 1,50,000. Narration, being 15,000 shares issued at a premium of rupees 10 each. So, this entry is for allotment money due. Now come to the entry for allotment money received. So what is entry? Bank account data to equity share allotment account. Narration being equity share allotment money received on 15,000 shares. So here the same amount what you have transferred here, we will take the amount here. We have received the amount including premium. So clear about allotment stage. Now come to first and final call. First and final call money due. What is entry? Equity share first and final call account data to equity share capital account. What is the number of shares? So number of shares is 15,000 and the call money is how much? Call money is 30 rupees. So 15,000 into 30. That will be 4,50,000. Narration being first and final call money due on 15,000 shares of rupees 30 each. Now receive entry. Now under receive you have to be careful. So out of 15,000 shares, how many shareholders have not paid? So how many shareholders have not paid? 150. So out of 15,000 shareholders, 150 shareholders have not paid. So it will be 14,850 shareholders we have received first and final call money. So how do you write the amount? Bank account data to share first and final call account. Your narration will be being first and final call money received on 14,850 shares. Okay, so we'll take 14,850. I have told you out of 15,000 shares, how many shareholders have not paid? 150 shareholders have not paid, which means that 14,850 shareholders have paid first and final call money. So your amount will be 4,45,000. So hope you are clear about receiving of first and final call money. Now this 150 shareholders who have not paid, we have to forfeit their shares or cancel the shares. So your entry remains same. Share capital account data to forfeited shares account to share first and final call account. So out of 150 shares, how much amount we had to receive? Exclude the premium, how much we had to receive? 100 rupees. So out of 100 rupees, how much we did not receive in first and final call? 30 rupees. So 150 into 30. So here 100 minus 30, remaining is 150 into 70 rupees. Okay. So share capital account 150 into 100, that is 15,000. To forfeited shares account, how much we have received? 70 rupees, that is 10,500. How much we have not received? That is 30 rupees. So it will be 4,500. Okay, so hope you are clear. Now your narration will be being 150 shares forfeited for not paying first and final call money. Now this 150 shares which has been forfeited, we are going to reissue. Now in this problem, it is reissued at premium at rupees 120. So what is your entry? Bank account data 150 into 120 because we have reissued at premium. So it is 18,000. To share capital account, exact value of share is 100 rupees. 150 into 100, 15,000. Next, we have premium also because we have reissued at premium. So extra entry, that is to securities premium account 150 into 20. Okay, so that is 3,000. Hope you are clear. If it is reissued at discount, your entry would be bank account data, forfeited shares account data to share capital. But here in this problem, it is reissued at premium. So a quite different situation here. So your entry will be bank account data to share capital account to securities premium account. Narration being 150 forfeited shares reissued at rupees 120 each, or it is reissued at a premium. Okay, so hope you are clear about this entry. Now coming to your last entry, you are going to transfer your forfeited shares to capital reserve. So what is your entry? Forfeited shares account data to capital reserve account. So your narration will be being forfeited shares transfer to capital reserve. So how much amount you will transfer here? See, if you see your 8th entry, there is no forfeited shares account. So we have only one forfeited shares account, that is 10,500. So we'll transfer directly to where? Capital reserve. So go through the problem. It is a quite different problem. All the entries were same. All the 9 entries were same. But it was reissued at a premium where we have extra entry here, that is securities premium account instead of forfeited shares account. So my dear students, so this is about this problem. Now moving on to the next problem. So issue of shares at premium with forfeiture and reissue, but only a part of forfeited shares are reissued. Now here a different situation is like So there were the shares which was forfeited, but all the shares which was forfeited did not reissue. So they have taken only a part of forfeited shares they have reissued. Okay, now go through the question here. The Ravi Trading Company Limited issued 10,000 shares of rupees 10 each at a premium of rupees 2 per share payable as follows. So on application we have 2 rupees, on allotment 6 rupees including premium. So including premium in the sense it will be 4 plus 2. Next, on first and final call it is 4 rupees. Okay, all the shares were subscribed and the money duly received except on first and final call on 1000 shares. So we did not receive on 1000 shares. These shares were forfeited and only 800 shares we are going to reissue. Reissue at rupees 8 each at fully paid up, as fully paid up. Now what happens, this is a different kind of situation. 1000 shareholders we have forfeited, but we are not going to reissue all the 1000 shares. We are going to reissue only 800 shares. So only this much difference you have. Other entries are same. So let us see the entries once. So first entry is same, receiving of application money, bank account data to equity share application account. Your amount also remains same, that is 10,000. Number of shares into application money 2 rupees. Next transfer entry, equity share application account data to equity share capital account with the same amount, that is 2 rupees. 10,000 into 2, it will be 20,000. Next is allotment money due, equity share allotment account. Since the allotment stage is on premium, so you have to consider securities premium account also. So equity share allotment account data to equity share capital account to securities premium account. So what is a 10,000 into 6? Next will be 10,000 into 4 and 10,000 into 2. Next, receiving of allotment money, bank account data to equity share allotment account with the same amount what you have transferred here. Okay, so hope you are clear. Now coming to first and final call. First and final call will be 10,000 into 4. Okay, so due entry. So what is your entry? Equity share first and final call account data to equity share capital account, 10,000 into 4, that is 40,000. Now coming to receive entry. So how many shareholders have not paid? So how many shareholders they have not paid? 1000 shareholders. So it will be 10,000 minus 1000. So 9,000 into 4. So that would be your receiving of first and final call money. So your entry will be bank account data to share first and final call account, 9,000 into 4, that is 36,000. Now come to the next entry, forfeiture. So how many shares we have to forfeit? 1000 shareholders they have not paid first and final call money. So we have to forfeit their shares. So your entry will be equity share capital account data to forfeited shares account to share first and final call account. So 1000 into whole share value is 10 rupees, out of which 4 rupees we did not receive, correct? Which means that 6 rupees we have received. Okay, so 1000 into 10, that will be 10,000, where we have not received 4 rupees on first and final call money, it will be 4,000, and remaining 6,000 we have received, which has been transferred to forfeited shares account. Same way, same as your earlier situation. Now come to the reissue. Reissue, out of 1000 shares where they have not received first and final call money, all 1000 shares are not reissued. Only 800 shares they have reissued. So this is a different situation here. Now how do you write the entry? But they have reissued at rupees what? 8 rupees. 10 rupees share they have reissued at rupees 8, which means that 2 rupees is discount, where we have to transfer to forfeited shares account. So your entry will be bank account data, forfeited shares account data to share capital account. Here instead of taking 1000, we are going to take 800, because only 800 shares we are going to reissue. So 800 into 8, 800 into 2 and 800 into 10. Okay, so 800 into 8, it will be 6,400, 800 into 2, 1,600 and 800 into 10, that is 8,000. Narration being 1,000 shares forfeited for not paying what? This first and final call money. Now your last entry is for transfer of forfeited shares to capital reserve. Your entry remains same, forfeited shares account data to capital reserve account. Now how do you take the amount here? So 800 into 6, you will not take this difference amount. So here it is 1000 into 6, you will not take this 6000. Why? Because so here only 800 shares they are reissued. So how much you will take? 800 into 6 minus this 800 into 2. Okay. So your balance amount will be 3,200. Narration: being forfeited, shares transferred to capital reserve. So this was a quite different situation where all the forfeited shares was not reissued. Okay, hope you're clear about the problem. So these are the different situation. Almost all the entries are same, but you have quite difference in each and every problem. So go through the problem properly and find out the few difference there. So my dear students, hope you have understood today's session. See you all in my next session with a new concept. Till then, take care. Thank you.